Okay. I never intended to be a goat farmer. I didn't grow up on a farm or a ranch. I grew up in a small rural community where my father was the local veterinarian. So I did grow up caring for a lot of animals. With my background and combined with my husband's formative experiences working on ranches, we set out to create a hobby farm lifestyle. And this is what we got into. The mess included fallen down buildings, junk cars, and cans and barrels of chemicals including chloridane and DDT that we had to clean up. But with vision, helpful professions in restoration and conservation, and the land's ability to recover, we created a new life for Farm 51. We are in a habitat of transitions, which includes sagebrush uplands, wetlands, and the Rocky Creek corridor. We traded in our free time, our weekends, our recreation, our extra money for a small herd of dairy goats. I made cheese, soap, and ice cream, and our registered goats were sold to dairies and individuals. The baby boys went on the meat truck, because this is how a dairy works. I loaded the boys on the meat truck for a few times, and then I found I couldn't do it anymore. I loved them too much. We would have to kill them ourselves. Because providing a healthy, stress-free quality of life for 8 to 18 months is an important and humane thing to do. So after a few years of home butchering, my husband encouraged us to look at meat goats, and I dared to invite local chefs to a tasting. And our hobby dairy herd was transformed into a commercial goat operation. By the way, goat meat isn't tough or strong and has as much protein as beef. Now I'm a goat farmer, and my husband's wondering why there's so many goats around. So why do we do this? I love goats, and I love their quirky personalities. I take pride in having a healthy herd, and I really, truly enjoy being part of the local food community. Raising livestock is a humbling and truly grounding experience. We understand a little bit about a lot of different things, and we learn more all the time. Grazing management using intensive rest rotation, breeding, genetics, and non-lethal predator control. Our guard donkey is very much like a sensitive, spoiled 3-year-old. He is so sensitive, in fact, that when we processed the goats on site, he would stand with his back to us in the corner of the corral for days and not look at us because he understood what was happening. He can run off strange dogs with his head down and his ears back, and sometimes he can be a complete ass and harass my herd. I would not say that every day on the farm is a joy. Fixing fence, mucking out the barn, and maintaining infrastructure are definite chores and often hard manual labor. And there's an emotional component to farming too. Some days are sad, some are full of joy, and some are vexing. For us, and for most family farms and ranches, we produce much more than a food product. Our stewardship practices support our goal of providing quality habitat for birds, fish, and wildlife that share our farm. And we always rejoice when our sandhill cranes return. We operate completely within the Gallatin watershed from birth to plate. Leaving the farm to deliver goats to Amsterdam Meats and then transport that product to Saffron Table is less than 100 miles. And this is significant since our modern food system uses more fossil fuel than any other sector of the economy, 19%. When we placed the goats on the meat truck, they would travel over 1,000 miles to be processed, and then the product would be distributed beyond from there. The industrialization of agriculture has increased the amount of greenhouse gases emitted by our food system by an order of magnitude. The benefits of grass-fed meat production are both in nutrition and in landscape. Meat is high in protein, nutrient-dense, low in the bad fats, balanced in the good fats. And the benefits of grazing small ruminants include weed control, soil health, natural fertilizers, and a managed disturbance regime. We value being part of the local food movement, but the challenge of this more sustainable approach is being able to make a small-scale farm an economically viable operation. The fact is that our farm does not break even, and I'm not sure if it will, but we're in the process of finding out. But it's not just about the money. Farm 51 is in the business of education. School groups and scouts come and visit the farm and learn about animal husbandry, nutrition, and how a farm works. Because even in Bozeman, a lot of kids don't have access to livestock and know much about agriculture. And we're also in the health business. The kids bring huge smiles and a lot of joy to residents at a rest home, and the therapeutic reactions are very real. It's simply impossible to be in a terrible mood or in a depressed state if you're holding a baby goat or watching them parkour around the barnyard. You just can't do it. The farm has broadened our community and has built relationships we never would have had otherwise. These community connections are the foundation of sustainability, because if we all know each other and care about one another, we're going to work together to find the solutions that will support all of us. So we didn't set out to have a goat farm, but now it's a really important part of our lives. My immigrant grandmother made food as an act of love, and we believe that if food is loved, it tastes better. So thanks so much for listening to our story of Farm 51. We do hope that you'll come and visit and enjoy your next goat meat meal.